Hello, a very good evening to you, and thank you so much for joining us. This is Truth TV News coming to you live from Heritage Christian University College campus here in Amasaman, Accra, and I'm Conrad Kakraba. Coming up in our headlines: Supreme Court dismisses ex-President John Mahama's election petition. Parliament approves Hawa Kumsin, Opong Nkrumah, and 11 other ministerial nominees. Later in business, interim trade partnership agreement signed between Ghana and UK. And on the foreign front, Senegal opposition leader Ousmane Sonko in police custody as clashes erupt. We have details of these and more coming up shortly. This news is sponsored by Heritage Christian College in Amasaman, Accra, and is supported by St. Carol School of Nursing at Aplaku Botiano and Taifufa Company Limited, producers of Chanka Herbal Medicine, Taifufa 202 and Javatun 202. And now to the stories. A 7-member panel of the Supreme Court has dismissed former President John Mahama's suit challenging the 2020 election results. In reading the judgment, Chief Justice Enim Yeboah stated that the petitioner failed to prove his case beyond a reasonable doubt. He added that the errors announced by the Electoral Commission chairperson, Jean Mensa, which were subsequently corrected, cannot be used to invalidate the election.
According to the Supreme Court, the errors announced by Jean Mensa did not affect any of the candidates in the 2020 elections. The Supreme Court also held that the petitioner failed to induce enough evidence to merit a rerun between himself and President Akufo-Addo. The Chief Justice, in reading the judgment, also referred to the witness statement by Michael Pesa-White and Roger Martel Nunu as not strong enough. Justice Enim Yeboah said the two witnesses had themselves to blame after abandoning their duty in the strong room since they were under no obligations to leave when their work in the room was not finished. Mr. Mahama, who contested the election on the ticket of the NDC, took the Electoral Commission to court, challenging the validity of the Commissioner's 9 December 2020 declaration of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo as the winner of the poll. Mr. Mahama also contended in his petition that President Akufo-Addo did not meet the constitutional threshold for election to the high office of the president, yet was so declared. He has been praying to the courts in the last 2 months, with its oppositional lawyer for the President Akufo-Addo and the Electoral Commission to nullify the declaration and cause a rerun between himself and President Akufo-Addo.
President Nana Addo and the Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia could not hide their joy following the verdict.
The two were earlier seen in a widely shared photo on social media seated in the comfort of the president's office at the Jubilee House while watching the proceedings on a screen. The Chief Justice Kwesi Enim Yeboah, who delivered the over 2 hours long verdict of the 7-member panel, 3 out of the petition of the petitioner, concluding that your petition is dismissed without merit. In a video that has emerged after the ruling of the president and his wife, they are seen celebrating in what can be described as a mild way, with the only more excited aspect of what the video shows being the moment Vice President Mahamudu Bawumia clapped his hands on the news of the verdict. He then gets up from his seat, turns to President Akufo-Addo, who is still seated, shake his hand, the COVID-19 style, and take a bow.
Meanwhile, the presidential candidate of the National Democratic Congress (NDC) in last year's elections, John Dramani Mahama, says by the conduct of the current Electoral Commission, it is not qualified to superintend over any elections in the country. He said one major objective of the petition he filed at the Supreme Court was to hold the chair of the commission, Mrs. Jean Adukwe Mensah, accountable for her conduct in the presidential elections of December 7.
The loyalty of the Electoral Commission must be to the people of Ghana and the Constitution from which it derives its mandate, and not the president or party under whose tenure the leadership is appointed. Immediate reforms reflecting the long-standing image and reputation of our Electoral Commission as one of the finest and most credible on the continent, and indeed in the world, must be one of the focuses of public advocacy if future elections are to be devoid of needless tensions and anxiety.
To Parliament now. Parliament has approved the nomination of 13 ministerial nominees of President Akufo-Addo. While 10 were approved by consensus, 3 were approved by a majority vote on the floor of the House after extensive debate on recommendations made by the Appointments Committee.
Those whose approvals were secured through a vote were Kojo Nkrumah, Minister Designate for Information, Hawa Kumsin, Minister Designate for Fisheries and Aquaculture, and also Efri Akoto, Minister Designate for Food and Agriculture. The legislators spent several hours from Wednesday, March 3, 2021, into the dawn of Thursday debating the report. After that process was done, the Speaker of Parliament, Agben Bakben, gave the MPs the opportunity to decide whether or not to approve the 3 through secret balloting. At the end of the polls, 265 total votes were cast. Mavis Hawa Kumsin got approved by 161 yes votes to 104 no votes. Kojo Nkrumah got approved by 155 yes votes to 110 no votes. And Dr. Usu Efri Akoto got approved by 143 yes votes to 121 no votes. Members of the NDC on the appointment committee had earlier kicked against the approval of Nkrumah, Efri Akoto, and Hawa Kumsin over issues they raised against the nominees during the vetting. The ministers who were approved by consensus on the floor of the House include Sarah Adjasafo, Minister Designate for Gender, Children and Social Protection, Mighty Opoku Prempeh, Minister Designate for Energy, Dr. Yao Educhum, Minister Designate for Education, and Dominic Intiwa, Minister Designate for Defense. The others are Albert Kendapa, Minister Designate for National Security, Sheila Ayikwe Boche, Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration Minister Designate, Dan Boche, Local Government and Decentralization and Rural Development Minister Designate, Ambrose Derry, Minister Designate for Interior, Bafwe Uwa, Minister Designate for Employment and Labour Relations, and Osechi Mensah Bonsu, Minister Designate for Parliamentary Affairs, were also approved by consensus. They were approved by legislators on Wednesday, March 3, 2021.
Still in Parliament, after the events of January 7 and January 8, 2021, Parliament, through a statement by its Public Affairs Directorate, vowed never to allow a repetition of the same. The statement, which was signed by Kate Addo, the Director of Public Affairs Unit, assured Ghanaians that steps were going to be taken to ensure that the chaos that marred the election of the Speaker of the 8th Parliament was not witnessed again.
Over the period, Members of Parliament have in their individual capabilities have issued apologies and pledged to behave in a more acceptable and honorable manner whenever a similar issue pops up. So, on the 9th of March 3 and the morning of March 4, 2021, Members of Parliament had a chance to assuage Ghanaians that never again will they cause the country shame and that their promises were not mere words. During the debate on the recommendations by the Appointments Committee on the minister nominees vetted so far, tempers flared a few times and the temptation to reenact the events of January 7 and 8 appeared likely. Members of Parliament, however, held themselves together and behaved in ways that matched their honorable title. After the debate, Voting was held on the recommendations by the appointment committee on the 3 nominees and before the ballot box was mounted. Speaker Alban Bagbin issued a stern warning to the MPs and reminded them of the need to conduct themselves properly. Commendably, the voting process was very peaceful, just like the sorting and counting processes. This time around, there was no Carlos Ahinkra incident to warrant a chase from Muntaka Mumbarak, the minority chief whip. After the counting, which was supervised by the whips for both sides, the Speaker announced the outcome. Parliament rejected the recommendations of the appointment committee and approved the 3 nominees.
To some health stories, the University of Ghana Noguchi Memorial Institute for Medical Research has stated that accusations by one Kofi Acheampong that it falsified his coronavirus test result and is exploiting clients for monetary reasons as false. Noguchi stated that following a thorough investigation conducted into the allegation that no evidence was found, someone at Noguchi contacted Mr. Kofi Acheampong, who claimed he was called by officials of the facility to change his positive status.
In a statement, the findings of a 5-member committee to conduct internal investigations into the allegations at the institute showed that apart from the positive COVID-19 PCR test result, Noguchi does not have records of a negative COVID-19 PCR test result for Kofi Acheampong. It said further that contrary to claims by Kofi Acheampong, he neither received a phone call from anyone at Noguchi promising to change the test results at a fee, nor did he return to Noguchi after he left the place on 12th January 2021. Investigation also unearthed that Kofi Acheampong did not use a falsified COVID-19 test result to travel to the UK on British Airways Flight 057. Checks with British Airways indicated that the company did not request for a COVID-19 test report as a condition for Kofi Acheampong to board their flight. At the time Kofi Acheampong left for UK on January 12, 2021, a COVID-19 test report was not a prerequisite for travel on British Airways flights, the statement clarified. Besides, the statement said that Kofi Acheampong refused to cooperate with the committee in the investigations. However, the findings of the NMIMR committee that investigated the matter gave some reasons on why there could have been a possibility for the change in his results from positive to negative, as he claimed. Without giving credence to the supposedly UK NHS negative COVID-19 result that was also circulated on social media, would like to state that scientifically it is possible for a person to test positive for COVID-19 and convert to negative status within a few days. The technical data from Mr. Kofi Acheampong's COVID-19 test gave a psycho-threshold value of 36.12, which suggested that his viral load was low or he was on the path to recovery. The matter was also investigated by the National Intelligence Bureau.
The Western Region Command of the Ghana Immigration Service will, in the coming days, intensify 3 of its strategies that will enable it to seal off completely parts of the country which border with Ivory Coast in compliance with the President's directive in the wake of the ravaging coronavirus pandemic.
The strategies include an increase in the number of officers on daily patrols, constant engagement with members of BORDSEC to evaluate their border security operational strategies, and courting the support of the chiefs and elders of the border towns, as well as transport operators to impress upon their people to collaborate by providing useful information for prompt action. Already, officers at the borders, together with those deployed from other commands within the region, have since the closure of the border sustained a 24-hourly patrol surveillance at both the main Ilubu border and all identified unapproved routes. Through this collaborative effort, the Ilubu Sector Command has since the beginning of this year, 2021, refused entry to a total of 2,015 persons to Ghana and refused departure of 218 to Cote d'Ivoire. Despite this success, there are still challenges as intelligence has unveiled a cabal of canoe operators operators and their counterpart drivers who have been contriving to outwit the operations of the security agencies. And to get a better appreciation of the border security, Western Region Commander of the Ghana Immigration Service, DCI Dr. PPD Esima, has since the pandemic been embarking on unannounced working visits to all posts at points bordering the country and Ivory Coast. On such occasions, he together with his officers toured all the points to find out for himself how foolproof measures instituted are. DCI Dr. Esima also uses the opportunity to boost the morale of officers and share ideas with commanders of sister security agencies and other stakeholders involved in the collective resolve to secure the borders. Speaking at Adeba on a recent unannounced working visit, the regional commander expressed satisfaction with the community engagement strategy set forth and urged them to deepen such collaborations because security is a shared responsibility. He, however, did not mince words in addressing some of the recent media reportage on some alleged misconduct by a few selfish officers and warned them to refrain from such unacceptable behavior. He reiterated that a closure means a closure and so should continue to enforce all directives set forth to the letter. According to DCI Dr. Esima, this goes to the heart of possibly demotivating their hard-working colleagues, embarrassing the service, and also derailing gains made so far by reducing public interest in their activities.
This news is brought to you in association with Heritage Christian College, a university in Amasaman, Accra, and St. Carol's School of Nursing at Aplaku Botiano and Taifufa Company Limited, producers of Chanka Chanka Herbal Medicine. We'll be back after this break.
Do you want to enroll in a nursing school that offers a degree in nursing? Then St. Carol's School of Nursing, the only nursing university in West Africa, is your answer. St. Carol's School of Nursing is a tertiary co-educational institution offering internationally respected nursing degrees of world-class standard while incorporating bilingual ability and vehicle driving skills relevant for individuals wishing to prepare themselves for a fulfilling career in nursing. The school is also fully accredited by the National Accreditation Board and affiliated to the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. St. Carol's School of Nursing is admitting students to pursue the BSc Nursing program. Download application forms from our website www.stcarol.com or obtain the forms on our campus at Aplaku Botiano, about 10 minutes drive off the Wager barrier on the Accra Cape Coast Highway. For enquiries, call us on 030-293-1067 or 0245-617-790. You can email us on info@stcarolschoolofnursing.com.
No. I feel weak and tired. No, this feeling is different.
Chanka.
Adrenaline, this is the medicine. Your friend Chanka. Onumwa emampomodin. The boni faduano emokutia nyarawa.
You say what?
This is Chanka.
Drink. Numbi drinking now this year. Yes, that's right.
Chanka.
Yes, Chanka.
I feel good and stronger than before.
I told you, Chanka is our secret.
Chanka. Ebwa wuni peduana manu kutia nyarewa. Taifofa 202. Kutia malaria. Defaton 202. Ebema wedi diye. FDE arisho ejadi enkra to imaji atumuse eye.
Welcome back. This is Drift TV News with me, Conrad Kakraba. Now, some business stories. After years of negotiations, a new interim trade partnership agreement between the Republic of Ghana and the UK and the Northern Ireland has been signed. The new agreement replaces the interim Ghana-European Union Economic Partnership Agreement, which governed trade relations between Ghana and the UK until the interim EPA agreement ceased to apply to the UK on December 31, 2020.
In his remarks on the new interim trade agreement, Trade Minister Designate Alan Tremantin stated that negotiations between the technical teams of Ghana and the UK for this new trade framework started in March 2018, and as is often the case with trade agreements, it has taken a bit of time for consensus to be reached on the fundamental elements of the new agreement. The Trade Minister Designate also expressed his pleasure with both the UK and Ghana for agreeing to use the original EPA text for ECOWAS as the basis for this new agreement. The new agreement, according to him, reaffirms the deep interest of both Ghana and the UK to strengthen their long-standing trade and economic relationship, and establishes a new framework for Ghana-UK collaboration, which will contribute to sustained economic growth in Ghana. Mr. Tremantin finally added that he believes the new agreement will further support the economic and sustainable development agenda of Ghana by enhancing Ghana's export potential and export diversification. In particular, it will provide duty-free, quota-free access for Ghanaian exports to the UK market, enhance the competitiveness of local industry, and improve the business environment in Ghana through development cooperation between our two countries.
The Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, says Ghanaians should embrace themselves with a probable hike in prices of goods at the major markets if the planned action by shipping lines to increase tariffs and other port charges becomes successful.
According to the association, if the shipping lines go ahead with the increase, the cost will be passed on the consumer. Vice President of GUTA, Clement Boateng, said members of GUTA operate for profits and will therefore not hesitate to pass on to the cost. The shipping lines and the Ghana Shippers Authority has been in a tongue over the 14% increment of port changes from the Ghana ports and harbors, a situation that led to the decision by the shipping lines to introduce new tariffs. Even though the authorities wrote to the agents of the shipping lines to halt the intended increment and introduction, some are still not convinced. The Vice President of GUTA hinted that majority of the goods they trade in is imported, and it is just normal that they pass on to the consumer.
And that's it for business. We'll be back with some international news.
My name is Patrick, and our business is Pacers Farms. When I was doing theology at HBI, the zeal for accounting was also there. So I had the opportunity to go to HCC to pursue a degree in accounting. And that's why I heard about CEP. They came out with an entrepreneurship challenge, and I was so excited because I already have my business plan, and it was a sole proprietorship. So when my friend also came in, we have to change the whole plan to be a partnership. We have to pitch about 5 pages in 3 minutes. And after pitching, they gave us another opportunity to prepare a 20-page comprehensive business plan. CEP and HCC does not only give you the money, but they also help you with people who are knowledgeable in the area that you want to enter, to give you the necessary information you need to get, and then the guidelines to help you go through. And as at now, we are into eggs production and then broilers, which is also for meat. Running a poultry farm requires many jobs and many tasks. One of our main goals is to help reduce the unemployment rate in the country. So in our small circle, we've even employed people who are working at our farm that we pay them monthly. We are gradually helping to, help the economy. By God's grace, Heritage gave me the opportunity, and as at now, I have my business running, and our production is also ongoing.
I'm Samuel Jesse.
I'm Patrick Eji.
I'm Ezekiel Amevo. And we are Perses Farms.
In news from elsewhere, Senegal's opposition leader Ousmane Sonko spent his first night in police custody after being arrested on Wednesday in the car on his way to court to be heard on rape charges.
The parliamentarian was allegedly disturbing public order by walking in opposition to the court and refusing to follow the route set by the authorities. Sonko, a 46-year-old devout Muslim who is popular with youngsters, had been heading to court to face a charge that he says is politically motivated. Hundreds of people followed his motorcade, sounding car horns and singing traditional songs. But opposition supporters and security forces began to exchange rocks and tear gas canisters, and Sonko was arrested on charges of disturbing public order before he reached the court. His arrest provoked some of the most serious clashes in the capital in years, with unrest reported in other cities in the country. Nicole Diatala, a supporter of the detained politician, said, "We are here to support our leader, President Ousmane Sonko, but above all to fight for democracy, for freedom, for equality, for the rule of law. Forever we have been fighting." Pape Musa Sek, another supporter of Sonko, said, "We are dedicated young people and we want this change, and all they have to do is free us. We need freedom. That's it." Sonko is the leader of the Pastef-led Patriots Party and placed third in the 2019 presidential election. He is expected to be one of the main political opponents of the Senegalese government in the upcoming presidential vote scheduled for 2024.
And in the U.S., security has been beefed up in the U.S. Capitol in Washington in response to a possible plot to breach the building. The move was prompted by intelligence that a militia group planned the attack for March 4, the day conspiracy theorist group QAnon believes Donald Trump will return for a second term.
The House of Representatives cancelled Thursday's session, continuing with its agenda. A mob loyal to Mr. Trump in January. That attack came as lawmakers were inside moving to certify Democrat Joe Biden's election victory. Mr. Trump still refuses to admit losing the election. The riot saw 5 people, including a police officer, killed.
Sister, bedasi. I count for your say at the amount. So watching a mea who do na to make us say, Bamkura, Nimu Yadia, how Nelson, how I ya, Tito, Obusia, see a friendly idea and quadia, a don ya, what Timmy King. You show crime and found him Bia, Diana Aqua could do. Yakok Madam, Ubenya Sa, Nada, so Abel fee.
They have no more help by clinic. Men say one come a wookra. Big time was.
Edua we a esi ho se obi apant me nhyɛ da mfa ewiem bo mo ama se ebebu a esi ho afi bo eni na tene se omo aware no ewo ho saa afi bo de bia a otu di hye wo dan mu a se na ya sensen dua oba ni ba omo akabo mo omo bompa e kira se onu yiri so mo wo ho a otimi kabo mo a mo ye de bompa
na akuaba ni bi wo ho a na ewu fie ende yitwa mo jaguso no no there any to me room na yebo
we o peje wata na o de share wata le na chise ya wo yam hwie se de ben ya unyi firi ho a won ne da
suni omadi she ya mama kwa ba sama mwadwo ena nadwo akanka se bo ya boabo no fi Ghana ha ne amanfoforo so ena ye de rebesum mu sumfo kwadwo amponsa kakabo akanka se boy nsem a edimu akotin no bi ene se Omampenyin Dada John Dramani Mahama na anu abato susanso a de kodan Supreme Court no abo atu egu Omampenyin Dada John Dramani Mahama akasa fa asen ni bia kunni Supreme Court atemu enho ena afe ewo amanfoforo nsemu no Interpol fu akire ni pabonifu bi wo China ene South Africa ahwefo akanka se boyi won a waso yan sisan boyen chidom no bi ene Heritage Christian College ewo Amasaman Olympic Stadium no echi Heritage Christian College courses be any Bachelor of Business Administration, Accounting, Marketing, Human Resource, Banking and Finance, BITM, wasaye IT, any Theology. Uyepe na wonsa anya aka boarding krata a efi Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, metre KNUST. Wasaye professional courses be to say ICM UK, CIM UK, ABE UK, CIB Ghana, IPMA. Wasaye IT short courses and a corporate training. Afe wasaye ICA efi Ghana. Now one jina so teacher para entrepreneurship. And he say so do hu be dom Heritage Christian College ube so wase ama wankasa ube wie school no na wanya wonsa no adwuma awre wa wodi obiom St. Carol School of Nursing wo Aplaku Botiano se obi wo nursing mu a school ba ko pe any St. Carol School of Nursing afi Taifofa Company Limited one na we chanka heba medicine edro tatahwe boost wo immune appetite afi wo ye edro esa 3D yare mechire malaria one na we Taifofa 202 esa malaria no ena Jefferton 202 no na boost wo immune appetite eno omanfo yebeko akoje nkrato aba na eno achi no yede akankasebo no emu nchichimu ankasa abremu Jefo na enede akankasebo ayede bremu no emu nchechemu ankasa enie aseni bia kunini mecha Supreme Court de atemu aba de afa nanu omampanyi abatu Ghana fokoto enho atemu afu baso ni nyina anu ko benkrumu eni se wabo asem no atu ego nenso omampanyi Dada John Dramani Mahama se Omampanyi ote egwaso no enya abatu no mu ohanu mu nchemu aduonum ene achi
Ebra Supreme Court nipa enso ekotena asem no so orumu nyina egitu mu eka ne pen esansem panisi pempen wosini pense ensam a Omampanyi Dada John Dramani Mahama edebeda wom no eye ensam a na sebisebi mpredwasa emu enyedo se omanfo ebekaya na de Omampanyi Mahama edi pese okire enyina ne se eye Supreme Court emo ensam no mu nanka ebetumi a oma eye Electoral Commission enhyehe abatoɔ no foforo sane ebeya one Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo nkuto obegina na wonum akoto aban efoforo esanse owogidie awehwemu yese enkontabu a eye Electoral Commission ba no dani eboye no na yade a sebi mpredwasa na okeka esi animu a enwie peye nanso ene ebra Supreme Court penifo ebetena se na omba no dani eye Chief Justice eni yebo a ekasa no okoso ekiremu se atemufo enso enyina aka wontiri apamo ahwehwe nsem no krodo ahunu se die Omampanyi Dada John Dramani Mahama edi ebetu dwa no ade a sebi mpredwasa emunyedu ne senti se obo abato a ekoso no egu a sebi mpredwasa na nya ade a obetumi aye Ghana eye enu ti sabrese die onom abo ade ato egu eno ena bra na ensenye no ekoso no lawyer ogyinamu ema electoral commission ekwaso editwidwa se wohwe ensam a eye omampani dada John Dramani Mahama ne lawyer Owura Chachuchi Kata edi etudwa no a dokwa esam ne se enya de ewie emudie sanse eyamfonso kuma bi a ebaaye na ebra electoral commission ba no dani okasa ena oka se total vote na kayese kwakabia very vote eno na wantumi anchichemu a enam so ede enfonso ba ne senti no on de wo gidie se ensam a Owura Dramani Mahama ne lawyer eka no eyade a emu enyeduro lawyer ni a ogyemu edema Nana Adedankwa Akufo-Addo enso eka se ohwe enyema mu a enyade a omampani dada John Dramani Mahama ewo case bia ne senti na nkampo kebetimi a ahyase no ano eye Supreme Court emo ensem no mu nanso enyade a Supreme Court ebotugu ye ene na abluwa ayipoma kwam nanso sansan pani se kwano waseden a ekowie aboboa no eno nanam so ama na ebra Supreme Court ekọ aseten no wonom abo ensemi ato agu.
Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference di afotu abama asore no mma ne afoforo se COVID-19 vaccine no obiara nko wobi. Catholic asore no de atugwa se COVID-19 vaccine a eye 600,000 no omanfo nko na wonko wo aduro no. Catholic asore no nam Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference so na wode saa asemi tugwa. Wosi vaccination nso kire onuado ne Kristosum. Obiara nso a obewo vaccine no bi no obo omanfo ho ban na osambo na nkasa ho ban. Wosi nsem a omanfo binom keka se COVID-19 vaccine bekum nipa ebesisa nkrofo DNA na afen so ebema mmerema adane akrawa na mmea so adane boni no nyina eye bosremka na nokware biara ennimu. Wosi wontimi nhye obi se onkowo na mu wo jedi se nkranhye semi beboa ama omanfo akowo. Empenyin se aboso ba na ma ojapai. Ene se mrashe begwa chiame metire the Speaker of Parliament Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin se obehwe ama mrani atentire ayadwuma wo Ghana ha.
Mrashe begwa fie chiame penin Owura Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin ahye omanfo enyina ebose obobo emoden ayedi obetumi aye biara sane beya nenimdie dudu a wanya ewo mrashe fie no ode beye adwuma nenam so ama tiasema Ghana enya ntoma pefra se ekoba se mrashe eye adwuma na onom epenimdie ede aye adwuma isanse empenise de wodi kan ene etininti isanse ono watena mrashe fie ache na owonimdie a esombuo nti no enya de a obekata bibia so nemum wode perepere ebeye adwuma se ne nam so ebema Ghana yemre hye adwumadi a onu edie no ebekoso wode sansemi etudwa ewo bla na adwumadi bi ekoso de ye friend orientation no eno na mre hye ban penny ekoso editudwa sa adwumadi ekoso ewo ada sa adwumadi ya ekoso yi ayede etoso mienu dano mrachebefo ehwe enimu se ombekoso aye ediama mrachebefo sane beya ebetumi aboa wono ama odwuma omudie no ebetumi aye trojo na pepe ye bebem nam so ebema oman Ghana so enyamu emfaso Siria Kwabena oten nsia ono na oye clerk ema mrachebefie ekoso editudwa se dwumadi a ekoso ebeboa sane beya mrachebefo ebehu kwampa womu nyina ebefa so sane beya wombetumi aye adwumaden ede aboa tiasema Ghana nam so ama mrachebefie so enimonyam a on ekuta ndada no ebekoso enya nanimonyam isanse ewiase empanise se utwa okatrema etotoria na unya enamobia enwe.
The National Democratic Congress nkitahudi kwancherefo mitire Owura Sami Jamfisi kunu ni enimfu binum ayi won ama senti okansa ne se NDC caucus numu binum abua ministerial nominees ama wonsa atumi aka won dibia. NDC amanyokunu nkitahudie kwancherefo Owura Sami Jamfi akeka na adwene akire kunu mrahye begwafo. Osi NDC mrahye begwafo no binum ayi kunu ama. Ni senti ni se won abua ama ministerial nominees binum nsa atumi aka won dibia. nipa miako du miensan na mrahye begwa no age won atomu wo mu baasa ne anuonyamfo kwadwo opon nkroma a ogina homa nkranto mekire information how Kunsin ye minister designate de ma fisheries and aquaculture ene owura owusu afriye akoto oye minister designate de ma food and agriculture owura jamfito aso se NDC caucus no anka ensese wodi ku no animumpo wo mrahye begwafi ho nanso eyi nyina achi no owura jamfidi nkrahye ne afutusem ama ku no achitafo se ma obiara mpaba efise wodoso sen won odesa nsemi tugwa ewo Facebook.
The National Road Safety Authority the akwankyere atutu okwanmu ama intercity services se akwankyere yi trotro ahyenkafo enka ho bi.
National Road Safety Authority for Ede abetu dwase wonom ede nhyehyefofo bi eba ofurisuo bosome ne da edikan na saa hyehyɛ ebedadie nanam so ama wonom ede aye adwuma ewo tiasema Ghana mu titru ene wonom a ede eka aye adwuma efa nipa ekɔ mia ekwanwa no kyerɛ wona ekɔ ekwantenteno. National Road Safety for ekɔ so ede tudwase saa hyehyɛ eye hyehyɛ a ebeboa sane ebeya yebetumi asika akwanhia anokwan ne titru enese sabre ka akwanhia adoso ewo memu eno na ahye wonkuran ama wonum ehunu se wonum amomoden amfa hyehyɛ pa bi enwu kwan so a anhwe ya na atore oman Ghana ase enkra no ekwaso ekyeremu se adrobafo a ye from trotro drabafo ananse wonum a enko akyirikyiri adan da trotro ena omutwedie saa hyehyɛ enya ade a ebeka wonum enhyehyɛ enum a sabre National Road Safety for ede atu edwa no de edikan ene se ka bia etu kwan no na etwase ope adobafo mienu sane ebeye na adobafo mienu nyina ebetrem se koba se obaako ebra na baako nso aba besomi titru se ekoba se utwa bofo kwansi no 5000 kilometers ana obetna ka mu eye nonhwere enwotwede a na ehu behia se obenya drobafo mienu ama wonom atimi atena kan mu eblekron mu je toso emenu se esese drobafo no eye drobafo a wonom age entiteye na wotumi ebo won ho ban ewo bra yenyina omunyina etwikai na omunim kwampa enhyehyeye DVLFo ede akwanso no ombetumi ede ehu adwuma je toso emiensa no se adrobafo yi ede vehicle log book eno na betumi aboa ama ma kire se ebre wei ene etufiri ha na ebre wei ene ye kɔ na ebre ye kɔ so America tenta yedinie eno so ebetumi aboa ne sent ne twa se adrobafo etumi ekai ehye no so ye toso emiensa ene se adrobafo yi ebepe road safety officers na wonom aboa won ewo dwumadi a wodie nyina mu se ne ebeya onom entoto ka se ewo oman emu ye toso enum ene se ansa na drobani bia ede ka ebeti ekwanso no wonom ebehwe sane ebeye na wonom ankasa ede car tape ebema wonom na obi enkofa car tape foforo a enye de DVLFo ahye anasa agiatum ebehye no enya de ombeti ase ede amasa enipa eno na sabre road safety authority for ede abetu dwase obi biala obeya sobrache na enhyehyeye asabre onom ede agu kwanso no obe na adwen se oni so no ene na onom ede ne begina emra kwanso sane ebeya enema onom asechye ne ebetimi awie mudie na nam so ama yatumi akon etia ka akwanhia dodo a da ne da edi ahim ewo yakwan atempon eso
ahwefo baby ayedu no yenua Richard Eyisa de agudemu nsem beba abesom yen.
Yakosorama Obibira Kwaba eba akan Kasiaboso. Emre Ewiadu say yedi agudie mu nsem ebedan yen ahwefo. Na ansa na yebehwe nsem ye edi ehim edi aham edi emu adencheche mu o yemman mu ye fi ho a na yakọ obi man so mekire eyamono no ye somu dia na ye somu ewo Krobia Kumasi Asante Kotoko akache na nanu adai ena one players bi entumi endi ni ye ema GFA edi tabo eto won so say fiti enere ko akosi 2022 no Asante Kotoko entumi ensan player bia na atadwifo wa ende timi etumi atedenda won etumi ede verdict akodo GFA nima won so no won tumi agi atum se Asante Kotoko won sam bia wakeka no won agi atum tabo no ende de won yi efi won so asese ya no Windows ya won etumi bia na Asante Kotoko obetumi aton players na won san etumi bi atobi na teams ni nyina etumi akọ yie
se omanfo ebekaya Ghana Football Association Inkwabata bakubi a yefre no Player Services Committee edef tabno eto Krobia Asante Kotoko metema eso se enya dia onom ebema won kwan ama wonom atumi asa ball boni biara esanse ekwane a onom ede ball bofo bi efa so no eyade a etietia eripa fa hodie so nenam so ema wonom ede tabno eto won so ekosi se sabredie onyankropon twedi apon adaroma wama kwan ama sabrei wonom ayi sa tabno no efiso ensam no ekoso echim se Player Services Committee edisa ensemi eto Krobia Asante Kotoko so esanse ekwan a na onom efa so ene ball bofo bi edi nsawoso no eyade a entwaye
se yera so ejina Kumasi Asante Kotoko akachede a na enkra True TV Sports yensa ekan ne se Krobia Kumasi Asante Kotoko wotumi ene eye coach bia odini nkwe ewo eye Spain na ankan no na okochi Real Madrid na eno so anso honoma wotumi akochi teams bebra okuta eye UEFA license a coach se echiremu a wadi emu akotene pa ewo coach mu anase wakwadre ewo coach mu Kumasi Asante Kotoko eni papai akase edu echire ye awedu 90 ma enche bia papai odi trodua ebesi krata so na wabe head coach ede ama Kumasi Asante Kotoko bobo na papa na meka na asem ndi eye Kiko Lopez a na eno no onkrofo bebre enim no ankan bia etwam na eno ena Kumasi Asante Kotoko ekwakofa sa papa yi aba watumi akochi Madrid da na waba na wabeka Asante Kotoko boboko no sede ebe ya adwumade Asante Kotoko esim woni so no won etumi aye ne sene ese ene sene fata ye ko amano ne dia na intempara so no enrada yi ena Copa del Rey encounter second encounter no wotumi ede share so Barcelona ene Sevilla obeka ya first round of Barcelona etumi ekodi ntwotu na endra no Barcelona etumi mastermind there wotumi share 3-0 Barcelona a qualify final eno so enya sem keto na teams a watchon na Levante won so won Atletico Bilbao e de be share so na dia obehye no na wotumi akoka Barcelona won na wo the final no ahye so na bibibia so etumi akoso yi o na eno ena meka say ende adwumre so big game baako etumi atodwa eno so Chelsea ene Liverpool a sa akensi ekoso Anfield a meno kase nwa bo 40 minutes a obia entumi enfa atena ento anase ball ento ne yonko atena mu ye na yekosore de achi na de ebesi bia nso no yetumi ade abre yen ahwefo 3 True TV so na eno no mesan ekai wo se ukọ Syria anima Inter any Palma so no first half no obia enhye bi ye honum na aha ena yede akan kase ebo no nyina ebesi mi a medi dwumadie mu chiame ye frame Eisa Richard a obetumi aframe the Saint in Sports me frɛ menua honorable Kakabo na ode kase ebo nkan no ato aso amaye
ahwefo omuse ofa ye du no ye enigede nanso enhyeda anye enige semsa ani say management of Global Media Alliance Group the abetu gwase DJ advisor adane benkum so owo ayen ho ti say kokobo a ote krotia chichi nkokoma na mpanyinsi owo antwere obako mfro ani say management of Global Media Alliance Group GMA, Happy FM, YFM, and ETV Ghana, the Abetu Gwasi, Ura Isaac de Graft, Dankwa, wasan friend DJ advisor aka nchini egu. Nera wuko obenimda eto so ebiesa na sa asemisi. Ura Timothy Karkari oye okwancherefo dima Global Media Alliance Broadcasting Company si. Aya areho sem kese na ato wong ne abusuafo yi. Ojina akwenya yeso ma abusuafo yako ne hyeden. DJ advisor yi nia omanfo de bekai no papapa ni dwumadi otedi no ukuda ne yawda. Odi sa dwuma yi wo Happy FM so na dwumadi no ding de ayiko after drive.
Check it out, the album Invincible, Miss B. Oh!
Awa amanfufuro nsemu no. Abambofo wa China and South Africa actually nepa bonfu bi wo susu say what the fake COVID-19 vaccine hu egwa. Interpol ye adwumaku bi eye wiase amamman na aka bom say obetu erukasem ase. Na nanu wukuda etwa mu yi Interpol de abeto abonten say abambofo wo China and South Africa actually nipa bi wo susu say what the fake coronavirus vaccines hugwa. Wachire saafu yi wo Germiston eben Johannesburg wo South Africa. Wo mu nipa basa ye China fo ena obiakunsu fi Zambia. A police fo wo China nso achire nipa bonefo edwotwe waje fake vaccines yi mpeme abiesa afi wonso nchen. Ora Jegen Stock ye Interpol Secretary General na osi se awurukasem yi ojedi se afoforo nso keka ho. Osi obiara enye ahweyiye na obi amfa asokwa annane no achenchena. Yo omade she na aha na brebe ma ye ho kwan na yede enede akankasebo no esi na answer no nsem edi mu akoten no bi ene se omampanyin dada John Dramani Mama na no abato nsisa so de kodan Supreme Court no wabo atu egu enafe ewo amanfufuro nsemu no Interpol fu achi nipa bonufu bi wo China ene South Africa musumfu kwadwo amponsa kakabo mama mumo ni hwe akramu.
No. I feel weak and tired.
What's it? I say no hunam yen basa wa bre.
No, this feeling is different.
What's it?
I say why emre.
Why better on? Yes, Chanka.
Yeah.
Adrenaline, this is the medicine. Your friend Chanka. Onumwa emampomodin. The boni faduano emokutia nyarawa.
You say what?
This is Chanka.
Drink. Numbi drinking now this year. Yes, that's right.
Chanka.
Yes, Chanka.
I feel good and stronger than before.
I told you, Chanka is our secret.
Chanka. Ebwa wuni peduana manu kutia nyarewa. Taifofa 202. Kutia malaria. Defaton 202. Ebema wedi diye. FD yarishu ejadi enkra to imadi atumuse eye.
Do you want to enroll in a nursing school that offers a degree in nursing? Then St. Carol's School of Nursing, the only nursing university in West Africa, is your answer. St. Carol's School of Nursing is a tertiary co-educational institution offering internationally respected nursing degrees of world-class standard while incorporating bilingual ability and vehicle driving skills relevant for individuals wishing to prepare themselves for a fulfilling career in nursing. The school is also fully accredited by the National Accreditation Board and affiliated to the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. St. Carol's School of Nursing is admitting students to pursue the BSc Nursing program. Download application forms from our website www.stcarol.com or obtain the forms on our campus at Aplaku Botiano, about 10 minutes drive off the Wager barrier on the Accra Cape Coast Highway. For enquiries, call us on 030-293-1067 or 0245-617-790. You can email us on info@stcarolschoolofnursing.com.
So in our next discussion, we'll talk a bit more about this, how technology is impacting those traditional setups and industries. And to lead that panel, the moderator for this is Cecil Nutako. So if we're ready to go, let's chat. Hi, Cecil.
Hello. My name is Cecil. I'm a technology enthusiast, but I hate it when technology makes my life miserable. Today we're going to find out how miserable and even more miserable technology is going to make our lives. And we have to learn how to adapt so we don't get too disappointed. So we're talking about disruption, how our traditional industries might go away, or might get better, or might just live forever with technology. To help me do that, we have 4 distinguished people who have spent some time in this space, in different industries. So they're going to share their experiences with us, and then we're going to try to see how we can chat a way forward. To join me, we have Jacqueline Omosombo Omotalade. I got that right. Yeah! She's from Uber, West Africa. And then we have David Hatchful from Bloom Impact. And then we have Dennis Addo from Bisa. And then we have Walali Senyo from Farmerline. So you see where this is going. We've got agriculture, we've got healthcare, we've got finance, right? And then we've got Uber. Anyway, so panelists, you're welcome. I hope this is going to be fun. Let's not scare them too much, right? Give them some hope. All right, so audience, your panelists, your audience. Let's go quickly into it. I want each of you to introduce yourselves briefly and then tell us one particular disruption that you experienced in your career or as growing up, and how did that impact you to be who you are today? Okay. Ladies first.
Good morning, everyone. I am so happy to be here representing a company that I am truly, truly passionate about and all the work that we do. My name is Jacqueline Omotalade, and I am Head of Public Policy for Uber West Africa. Now, the question I'm supposed to answer is disruption in my life. And I would say I moved back to West Africa. I'm currently based in Lagos, although West Africa is my whole region. I moved back to West Africa earlier this year after spending 8 years in San Francisco. So I would say the disruptive technology that I first experienced is the company that I work for now, is when Uber launched in San Francisco.